طرح ایجاد سپاه دانش یکی از اصول ششگانه انقلاب شاه و ملت بود. فارغ التحصیلان مشمول خدمت نظام به لباسی متحد الشکل درآمدند. این سپاه است که باید ماهیت دهکده ها را دگرگون سازد و آن را از وضع عقب مانده قدیمش بیرون کشد.
Live in the OPEC countries, the high price of oil means an opportunity which may never come again. The chance to move backward nations out of the past and into the 20th century. In this village in Iran, OPEC spells hope from a national income of about $600 a year for every man, woman, and child. But the village of Fasham in Iran are beginning to change. The Shah wants to make Iran a modern industrial country by the turn of the century. He has only one way to raise the money: get a high price for oil.
To build this country, which was in a full period of decadence for the last 300-400 years, we have got to work 3 times, 4 times as hard as other people. And our present major source of income is oil. It's true that when we started to defend our interests, the price of commodities also rocketed up by several 100%. But this cannot continue. If you increase, we increase. If we increase, you increase. We have got to find some solution for this.
I am ready to link the price of oil to the price of other commodities. You go up, we go up. You go down, we go down. But why don't you also envisage that we have to buy wheat 4 times the price. We used to buy wheat for less than $60 a ton. We bought wheat for $245 last year. We used to buy vegetable oil for much less than $100 a ton. We bought it up to $1,200 last year. This kind of questions are completely one-sided, just to demonstrate that the price of oil is expensive. I will ask you the question once more. If it was expensive, you would have already found new substitutes.
Many people in Britain, some of them cold, some of them quite poor, will be asking themselves what it is that you and certainly some of your Arab counterparts, sheikhs and rulers and governments, have against them. Does it in any way serve your interests
well, why?
To make a British economy suffer?
Why against? First of all, it's not British economy. If you want to say anything, it should be the world economy. And this is not against, we're just defending our chips. Because for such a long time, we have just been, exploited, I can't say that.
We separate oil from politics. And in addition to this, the West is our friend.
How much pressure has there been from the United States to keep this oil rise down?
Oh, a lot.
What would they like to see, or what would they find acceptable?
Nothing. They would like to expect us not to rise the price of oil when they themselves increase the price of steel, for instance.
See any circumstances in the near future under which you would reduce the price of oil?
Why should we do it? This is the only thing we have.
Not all of Iran's oil revenue goes into building the economy. Like a number of OPEC leaders, the Shah is spending heavily on arms. $10 billion over a 3-year period. He wants to create the most powerful military force in the Middle East. That confronts Americans with another choice in foreign policy. Some Americans are worried about the amount of weapons the United States sells to other countries, particularly to the oil states of the Persian Gulf. If the United States limits the supply of American weapons, will you buy weapons elsewhere?
Definitely, because we don't buy weapons to please this country or that country. We buy weapons to meet our requirements and the defense of our country.
اینا رو میشنوم خیلی هم خوشحال میشم و مفتخر که ایشون واقعا چجوری به دنبال منافع ملی ایران بودن، برعکس اون چیزی که دشمنان ایشون همینجور پر میکردند و میگفتن. و خوشبختم که این مسابقه ها هست و مردم میبینن که واقعا ایشون در اون موقع چی حس میکردن برای مملکت.
Can check your inflation, if you can work a little harder, if you can produce more, and start selling your commodities at a lesser price, you will get cheaper oil.
If you continue this way, a permissive, undisciplined society, you are going to blow up. And in matter of fact...
How do you mean blow up? I'm not quite clear what you mean by that.
Well, you will go bankrupt.
You're not going to help us not to go bankrupt if you put the price of oil in.
I won't be a good friend of yours if I did help you being not aware of the seriousness of the situation. You know how to work. The question is that you do not work enough. Just imagine if everybody worked half an hour more per day. That would make all the difference.
The brown-eyed peoples are teaching the blue-eyed peoples something, is that?
Well, no, we are not teaching something. The blue-eyed people have to wake up.
Wake up to?
From the complacency for this torpor in which they put themselves. I think that our country in the next 10 years will be what you are today. In the next 25 years, according to other people, I'm not saying that, will be among the 5 most prosperous countries of the world.